Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. There's nothing to hear.
I don't hear anything.
Good morning, mine exploring fans.
Good morning.
Tom and Julie. Boy, it's dark here, isn't it? Where is she?
Right here.
So we're heading up into these mountains. The sun's just barely coming up. In fact, it's just going to peek over the hill here right now. There it is. So we're heading up into these mountains. And we're going for a pretty long trip into the mountains today to try to find a remote mine. So let's keep going. Well, that's the end of the road we just came up. There's a view out in the distance. This road climbed about 4,500 feet in I think 9 miles. It was pretty challenging, not impossible, though we made it in our stock Jeep. And let me just first say that miners are crazy. How they got all this stuff up here, I don't have any idea. This is the cabin, obviously. It's collapsed now. Looks like here's a cylinder from something. Maybe part of a valve train there. Here's a cylinder. Oh, and here's the carburetor. And right over there looks like the block. So, Julie, you want to take the cylinder? See if it fits on that block. We'll put the engine back together.
Like that?
Yep. Not sure which way it was actually oriented, but that's the way it would have sat. And the carburetor would have probably went the other way. Maybe. Anyway. So, that's kind of neat. This is a neat little yellow gas can.
Yeah.
Handle's kind of busted, but what does it say? Anything on there? It says something, I can't read it. And here's a cement mixer. No engine on it. Nice little barrel. Cold up here this morning. We made it up here by about 9:30. I love these green barrels. I've seen a few of these over the years, and every time I see one I just fall in love with them again. I just love the look of them. And the belly on them. And they also usually have something up here like this one. Property of something, Company of California. You see that?
SOCO of Cal.
Okay. Looks like the can dump area is down this way. And there are a few propane bottles here. Like the 4-foot tall ones. However many gallons that is. Cabin was a pretty good size dimensionally. But shot now. Let's go a little higher up and look at the good stuff. I see some really good looking stuff higher up by the ore bins, and looks to be a crusher, some engine, maybe a tram, I don't know. Let's go see. Looks like a military fuel tank. That's pretty nice. So here we have what looks like a big generator engine, and the generator, I think, must be right. It looks like a 6-cylinder straight six. Here's the frame of the radiator for one of these. There are two of these big generators here. Crazy. Wow. Look at that. That's those are pretty big engines. They're big units. They're tall. I'm standing in front of this one. My head comes up to the about here. Oh, look at the fan. Still spins freely. Still pumping water. I don't see a brand on these.
It says made in Germany.
Oh, it does?
Over here.
Really? That's neat. So here's a smaller generator. What would that be for? Oh, what's it say here? Oh, this is a Westinghouse here. See? This one has a brand up here. Crocker Wheeler. Where'd you see made in Germany?
Over here.
So this is the same unit that was down there on the ground. Look at this valve, still works. And it's got a vernier dial gauge over here. Is this something to do with the fuel distribution? Kind of looks like it. Maybe this is what runs the throttle, or pretty crazy. And here's a big electrical box coming right off the generator. Whole gang of them here. But here's a horn. Maybe an alarm of some sort if it's having a problem. Here's another head off of something. And there's a lot of stuff laying around here. Okay, right over here now, it looks like some sort of a classifier or shaker table or box. It says something deck cover. So there's a very fine screen up here covering some aluminum fins. Huh. And then it goes down into several chutes, 5 chutes. Oh, here's the badge down here. And here's another one. Sutton and Steel, Dallas, Texas. Here's another one of these shaker classifiers, whatever it's intended for. This was a tungsten, molybdenum, and uranium mine. The actual mine itself is up the hill. You can see there was a tram. I'm not sure if you can see the wire, but that was up that way. And there are some big ore bins over here too, just ahead of me. I'll have to get over there. And this was part of this shaker deal. I'm not sure how this worked or what it did, but Somebody will know. So there's a lot of other cool stuff to look at here. Let's go over this way a little bit and we'll work our way up the hill. I have no idea how the flow of ore came and went around here. It's got all kinds of stuff going on. It comes down into this. I don't know what this thing is. And this looks like it was a blower or an elevator, probably a little elevator of some sort for the ore. An electric motor still spins. And this thing, I don't know what this did either. I guess it's just to direct the ore. I don't know what this thing is. Yeah, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Not much help, guys. I need some help. Look at that, it still spins too. Let's go a little higher and see what kind of awesome equipment is up here. This is the coolest little winch. Look at that thing. It's got a little 4-banger hooked up to it. Looks like the engine might be somewhat newer. It's got some aluminum parts on it. But look at that neat little winch. That's to bring it in and out of gear, I think. Cool. It had a band brake right here. Where's my horsepower, Julie? This still turns. I wish I had that. I'd lift stuff around the house so I don't have to hurt my back. Alright, let's go up here a little further and see what we got. It looks like a jaw crusher or some kind of a crusher just below the ore bin. And then out there is something else again. So there's the uppermost ore bin, and it looks like a good sized jaw crusher below that. Alright, this is indeed a big jaw crusher. And looks like there was something that drove it, a motor or an engine right there where Julie is behind her. And the big flywheel, I don't imagine you're going to be able to turn that unless you're going to be able to crush ore. That's about a, I'd say 14, 16 inch wide jaw crusher. That's one of the bigger ones we've seen. Does it have a brand on it? Probably a Josh Hendy. Here's some writing on the flywheel. Here's some writing on the flywheel. Chambersburg. Chambersburg. That sounds German, doesn't it? Did you see any other writing on it?
No.
That's really neat. About a 4-foot flywheel. I bet you those things each weigh a ton or more. Look how thick that is. Yeah. Man, once those things get turning, you don't want to be the rock that goes in the jaws. So there's a conveyor belt that takes the output of this jaw crusher, runs it over here. The jaw crusher usually gets it down to, I don't know how the hem's set, but 1.5 inches or whatever it is. Now it's going to run over here. If I don't fall off this thing, I'm pretty high up in the air, probably 35 feet. So this was run by an electric motor, a couple of electric motors, and this looks like a roller mill. See if I can get my engine to come out and turn it for me. See, it's going backwards now. It's backing this stuff out of there. But if you were to go the other way, you'd crush something. See, both those rollers are. See, if we went this way now, we'd crush something. Right.
Oh, don't go that way.
I know you can't because you got to crush it. Oh. So then the output of that gets sent into that and down into this bunch of contraptions down there, and I don't understand all that. So some of you guys will have to figure that out for yourselves and let me know. And then this is looking back over the rest of the site. And the cabin's down that way. We managed to flop that belt back in place. I don't imagine it'll stay there very long. The next wind will come and flop it back over. Alright, well, I think we need to climb the hill and see what's up at the actual mine. It looked to me like an incline shaft. Can't be sure till we get up there though. On the map it's listed as an adit. Here we are on top of the upper ore bin. Looks like there was a grizzly made out of track, where a lot of them are, and it's kind of caved in. So, and I'm not sure, there is a tram line here. I'm not sure how the tram got over to here. Here's a slusher blade or a drag shovel. That'd be used to drag ore around, usually inside the mine, out of a stope. Or the mine is up here. Let's follow the cable. It's pretty slippery, a lot of loose rock. There's some interesting little quartz veins there. Here I am at this little ore bin at the top of the hill here. It's really steep.
It's very steep.
There's probably a trail up to here, but we usually do things the hard way going up and then we find the trail on the way back down. There's got to be an easier way. Looks like a classifier box here. Made out of 2x4s and a screen. This looks like it's a... Oh no, it's not. I thought it was a hand scraper like a slusher, but it's not. So Julie's almost up to the portal, if there is one up here. Let's go look. Well, all I can say is, once again, is wow. What a view. So I'm up here at the top of the tram. It looked like there was a tripod style tower right there made out of pipe. Right here is I believe this is an air powered little winch of some sort. That looks like an airline. It says turbine air on that plate. Can you see that? It's got brakes on either side of it. And then the tram is up here anchored to a very large pin eyelet type in the ground up there in the rock. I'm sure I haven't been up there. And there's a little trestle going out to the end of that bin. Kind of cute. I just spotted this thing. Ingersoll Rand IRO-8. I don't know if it's a line dryer or lubricator. Maybe it's a spot you can lubricate your lines. Nice piece right there. Just laying out there waiting for you to come look at it. So it's a neat little trestle. Look at the view off the end of it. Unbelievable. Well, you know where they came from. Right there. There are huge quartz veins. Well, I don't know about huge, but there are nice quartz veins right here, right at the portal here. On either side, there's some stringers, and going straight up, you can see them. So I guess that's what attracted them to this area. I see a partial cave in there about 50 feet. Hopefully we can get past that. Well, let's go check out the mine. The outside sure has been impressive. I really don't know how they got all that stuff up the hill, but they've done some incredible things. There's a very small tank. It looks like it was a portable one that has a handle on it. I'm guessing a little air tank is tracking here. Well, if that was ever a shaft, it's plugged now. There's a little ladder here and a small stove. Okay, let's go a little further into the mine.
That just goes
Oh, this is
away.
just a short crosscut.
See the vein? Up here.
Oh yeah, right here. Oh yeah, right here.
That's why they went over there.
Yeah, they followed it that way a little bit, and it probably pinched down. And so let's follow this. There was track in here also. The back of the mine is supported and covered with lagging. Oh, here's their hanging board for their coats and hard hats and coveralls, whatever they were using. There's some old graffiti, but it's kind of worn off.
Pretty worn off, yeah.
Oh, is it a mouse?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe it's a mouse. Cat and mouse. Oh, I feel air coming through here too. There's a stope straight up. Okay, another split. Oh, it just goes to this chute right here. So there must be some pretty extensive workings up above if they've got these double chutes and that. Oh boy, that doesn't look good, does it?
No.
That looks like something came apart. How about yours?
Yeah.
Same?
Same thing.
Yeah. That looks like something came apart up above and
Crashed.
plugged up the chute. Look at the wear on this board. So far we haven't taken anything but a right-hand turn right here. Come to a pile right off. Does it go on?
I don't think so, but I could double check.
Another one of these big chutes. Look at the split timbers for lagging up there. Yeah, it just ends right there.
I thought so.
That's pretty clear that that ends. Here is this large jaw crusher. It's got to be about a 16-inch or 14-inch jaw there. And then the conveyor out to that roller crusher. 2 rollers that pinch together. And the 2 big generators down there. Those seem to be pretty old to me. That one Westinghouse is probably not as old as the other one on the left. And then those shakers, I'm not exactly sure what they're for. Classifier of some sort. Then this one with the discs on it down there, the round discs down below the galvanized stuff. Not sure how that one works either. That's the roller out there. They still roll pretty nice. And then the little winch is over there. So this is either a barrel or a drum that someone has cut apart, but I've never seen ends on that like it was to spool to spin for some reason. Here's that cool race something made motor oil. I've never seen that before. I think it's a 2-gallon can, isn't it? We're down in the wash poking around. Now there's a cool barrel. Standard Oil Company of California. Wow, and it's in pretty good shape. Solid as could be. Bottom's not rusted or anything. Man, that's a nice one. Well, we're leaving the mine. We hope you guys enjoyed that video. There sure is a lot of nice equipment around there. And a pretty interesting working too. Not huge, but I think that shaft would have been fairly substantial had that not been collapsed. What a road. Kind of neat looking out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't go too far left.
Just about back down now. A couple steep spots left.